The luxury of knowledge. Billionaires News Wire.
Welcome to Las Vegas as Billionaires News Wire brings you an exclusive interview captured just minutes before taking our seats at the fight of the century. Three-time world boxing champion and Hall of Famer Jeff Fenech opens up and gives his raw thoughts on Mayweather, money, and what it really takes to make a true champion. Only on Billionaires Exclusive. Hello and welcome to Las Vegas with Billionaires News Wire. I'm Ariana Escalante, and today we have the pleasure of speaking with triple weight world boxing champ and Hall of Famer Jeff Fenech. Jeff, thanks for being with us.
Pleasure, always great to talk to you guys.
As far as legendary boxers of the past, how do you think Mayweather or Pacquiao would stand up next to them?
Well, it's a question that I'd like to be asked because Floyd will be super competitive, but I don't believe that Manny Pacquiao would have beaten Roberto Duran, Costa Zoo, Chavez, none of those guys. Again, I don't think boxing today is as great as it was back then. I don't have the caliber of the fighter they had then. But look, all you can do is beat what's in front of you. And I totally respect Manny Pacquiao for what he's done in his career. 8 times, 8 different divisions. I've had 2 guys fight him from Australia. I've taken him to the Philippines to fight him, and he's always been a lovely man. He's been a great fighter, and to this day, he carries that legacy. But like Floyd, I just think Floyd's special. Floyd, would have been giving everybody a hard fight in any era.
Now, a lot of people are saying this is possibly the biggest fight in history, but what are your thoughts on that? Do you think that it's maybe just more publicized now with the media as it is?
Definitely so. When I fought, there was not even pay TV at the start of my career. So I can just say one thing: if Hagler Hearns, Hagler Leonard Duran were fighting today, and they were the fighters that we were watching, wow, it would surpass this by a mile. But like I said, you can only do what you have to do in this era, and in this era, it's the biggest fight ever. People are saying it's 5 or 6 years too late. That's crap, because 5 or 6 years ago, one of them would have got 15 or 20 million, one of them might have got 10 million. Now one's getting 150 million, one's going to get 100 million. Now they're both happy they're fighting this time, believe me. Manny would be so happy that they're fighting 5 years later than 5 years earlier.
I know that ego and pride is a huge part of not only the interaction at press conferences, but also in the actual fight. And I know that when you were younger, you were kind of a bad boy yourself. But how would you say that translates into real life?
For me, life's all experience, and it's how you appreciate things. And like I said, we all operate differently. I am very much the kind of person that when I win, I don't just win for myself. I want to win for the people who would help me. I want to prove to them that I was loyal and that I could do what they thought I could do. I learned a lot of lessons, and I learned more through defeat than I ever did through winning. And sometimes people always say it's good to lose, but for me it was great. It was a great experience. It was a great learning curve.
So I love the point that you just brought up, which was that you've learned so much more from being defeated than by winning. And I know you're actually involved in community outreach in Australia with the younger generations. So how do you apply those lessons to those generations?
Well, it's just teaching people to appreciate things, and like I said, it's very, very hard. And when you become rich and famous, not to change, for your character not to change, for your habits not to change. So I try to tell people that to keep that all in, and I use myself as an example. I tell people honestly and truthfully that I don't really like who I was when I was 3-time world champion, because I was undefeated. I could do what I want. I could eat at restaurants for nothing, and here am I. Obviously wealthy enough to pay for a dinner, but the restaurateurs want to give it to me for nothing when there's people that they're starving, got no money, but they don't give it to them. So we live in a funny world, but for me, those lessons that I learnt, I like to try to pass them on through my voice today, and not just through my voice, through actions. I try to do and help as many people as I can, and make them feel that, whether it be for an hour or for a week or a day, that they can be like a Jeff Fenech or like anybody else. And I get a lot of satisfaction out of being with people and letting them enjoy life.
So what message would you like to send to younger generations who might be caught up in glamorizing this type of violent sports?
Yeah, I'd like to tell anybody that made some mistakes, just give yourself 30 seconds, just think before you do things, because most times give yourself 30 seconds, you cool down and you think about it, you wouldn't have done it. But I mean, again, here's me, Jeff Fenech, giving this advice, and I was one of the hottest tempered guys out there, and that's maybe what made me world champion, having that trigger, would go off, and
But being able to harness your passion.
Well, now it's important. I wish I could have done that many more times as a youngster. But it's a message and a lesson that we all should learn. I'm in a big anti-bullying campaign that I'm involved with in Australia, and I just think that it's so bad today. And we look at kids and we see kids committing suicide over verbal comments and not being accepted in society. And I just think that. That it's time that we let those kids know, or the bullies know, that they're no bigger or no better than everybody else, and we should all just get on. And if you don't like somebody, you just don't associate with them. Don't have to call them names or do anything else to them. Just let them live their life and be normal. Like I said, sometimes kids just react in a way that is unacceptable, but then they find out it's too late because they have to suffer the consequences. And today the law is much stronger and stricter to when I was a kid. They don't tolerate that kind of stuff as much anymore. I think it's good. I think that there should be zero tolerance to people bullying other people and being violent towards other people.
Absolutely. Now, shifting gears a little bit, I know that many professional athletes get to that point of retirement, which can be at a very young age in the sporting world, and then they kind of get to a point where they don't know what to do. They might have a pocket full of cash, and then within a few years find themselves in a rut. So you have been one of the few successful into transitioning into more of a businessman. So tell me about your business endeavors.
Yeah, I've been again, the one reason why I believe I am like that is because I've seen too many people spoil it and ruin their lives before me. And then again, I've been very lucky. Like I said, I've been able to mix with James Packer, who I had a couple of drinks with last night here in Las Vegas, which was amazing to see because he's a great friend of mine. And he took us in to watch Mariah Carey as she practiced for her up-and-coming concerts at Caesars. So I've been lucky, and I've met these kind of people who I don't really want to let down. I want them to be proud of me when they talk about Jeff Fenech. And like I said, I've also let them down on occasions where I've been embarrassed. So I want to make sure that the rest of my years are all going to be positive, helping people and making people proud of me.
Yeah. What do you predict for Mayweather's future? He's, there's rumor that he's retiring after one more fight after this.
Floyd's smart. I just hope that he can enjoy a great life. I hope that the people love him for the champion that he is, and they appreciate that he calls a spade a spade. If it's black, it's black. If it's white, it's white with Floyd. And if you don't like him for that, I think we have a problem. I think that the other person has that problem, whether it be jealousy, whether it be something else. But if you haven't got a good word to say about somebody, I believe don't say anything at all.
So, what about Manny after the fight? Where do you think he's involved in so many things? Yeah,
well, Manny will mostly after the fight get on a carpet and fly out. He'll be going straight to church. I remember when I went to Macau to watch Manny fight, told me to go to his after party. It was a church. It was
his after party was at a church.
Well, he was reading the Bible. It was like so stayed there for a little while and listened, and intrigued. I got to admire the man for his love and his strength in religion. It helps him, so it's great. But look, like I said, Manny's a hero in his homeland. He's a hero to a lot of people throughout the world. He's still going to be everybody's hero.
I know a lot of people are saying that this is going to be the game changer for the boxing world.
What's after this? What's the great fight after this? If there's no rematch, what can ever surpass or come close to this? Not much when you think of it. But again, it's up to the promoters and the people who are behind the scenes to try to promote these guys and make them bigger and better than they really are. And like I said, with the social media and with the outlets that we've got today, it's big. I mean, some of these other guys who are fighting, like Miguel Cotto, I'm not 100% sure it's true. They said that he's signing a $70 million deal for 4 fights with some new company. So that's amazing amounts of money. I mean, you can put Ray Leonard, Roberto Duran, Hearns, myself, and we never earned that between us all. So that's a lot of money.
Last night you got to attend a very honorable dinner with other Hall of Famers. What is it like being a part of that kind of group and being able to see friends that you've known for years in this industry?
Yeah, it's always good because as a boxer, we feel that we're Yeah, and then when you see another one, it's like you're embracing another warrior, and it's that mentality where you give that guy a cuddle and a pat on the back, and it's like two old Roman warriors there meeting up, two gladiators meeting up together, and you're just letting you know how much you appreciate each other.
Which is an interesting parallel that you mention warriors or gladiators, because some of these men, I assume you've fought against and that you've challenged before. So do you think that in 20 years from now, Manny and Floyd could get together and share a drink?
I'm sure they will. I'm sure they can. Oh, wow. Wouldn't you like to have a drink with somebody who just made you 100 million and somebody made you, oh, wow, I'd have more than the drink with him. I'd buy him a drink. But look, I'm sure they will. Like I said, I honestly sometimes think that people are a little rough on Floyd. I mean, I know he's done some things wrong, but we all do, and we should be trying to help him better those mistakes instead of bringing him down from them, and educate people not to do some of the things that we've done wrong. And I'm sure Floyd certainly isn't proud or doesn't boast, or he has learned from his mistakes. So we all, like I said, a lot of these people who talk and are in the media, they've most probably done it themselves, just that nobody knows who they are. So it's not, it's not out there like poor Floyd is. And like I said, I don't condone what he done, but listen, sometimes when you're at home and you're heated, and things might happen, and I'm sure, like I said, he would have regretted it, and he's apologised, and he's happy today, and everybody involved is happy. So if they can get over it, I think the world should get over it.
Do you think that it's important that viewers at home see these fighters and these champions as human, as opposed to glamorizing so much?
Yeah, of course we are. And like I said, he's got children, and it's a hard job, and sometimes people don't really appreciate the work that goes in, and they just look at the money. And listen, I just want to say one thing: I'd rather Floyd get the money and Manny get the money rather than the promoters, because when I fought, the promoters got all our money until these guys were smart enough to promote themselves. If this was a fight and it was just promoters paying, they would be getting 10 million each, and the promoters would be making 300 million. That's how it is. But today these guys are smart, and take my hat off to them. I hope they enjoy their life, hope they keep their money, look after their family and friends, and
Great.
carry on.
That one shook Azuma.
Hi, Jeff Fenech here. If you want to listen to the best, listen to Billionaires News Wire.
The luxury of knowledge. Billionaires News Wire.